What's up, DC Nation? Welcome back to another video on the Batman, the 2004 animated series. Today I'm checking out Season 4, Episode 4, titled The Everywhere Man. Now that title gets me intrigued, and honestly guys, Season 4 so far has been really enjoyable. We started out with the introduction of Robin. We had Team Penguin episode that had the return of fan favorite villains, at least some of my favorite villains like Bane and Killer Croc, and we also saw Killer Moth in that episode. And last episode we had the introduction of Basil, Carlo, Clayface, and we kind of had some closure for Ethan Bennett's storyline when he was a detective at first, turned Clayface, and then he finally got some kind of redemption last episode. I really liked that episode. That was a great episode, and I'm excited to get to this new one. But before we get to the new episode, make sure you follow my socials, Twitter, TikTok, and Instagram. They all the same username, lowercase DC_enthusiast1. Also, go check my website, DCenthusiast.com, where you can watch all my full episode reactions, including the one for this episode. And yeah, guys, your latest reaction to the Batman starts now. Nah, he's fighting. Damn. Okay.
Should have listened to the lady, Joey.
But here's Batman. Get him.
We've got him, Batman.
Dude.
That's a broom closet. There's no way.
Nah, he got out. Alright, so maybe it's not John. Still though, John is being kind of reckless. Being like, hey Batman, we got him. No. The Dark Knight could deal with the villain. You, my guy, I don't know. I respect it, like he's able to charge in a battle. Like, that's dope. And hey, he's trying to be alpha, but you should never flaunt what you have. Like, people will find out, at least what I think. In my opinion, I think if you have great things and you're doing great things, people will find out through your actions rather than you flaunting it or boasting about it through words, you know? You guys, some of your thoughts on that down below. Like, would you flaunt your wealth or no? Like, just use it for good things. Ah, there he is. There's our guy.
The sign said authorized personnel only, Batman.
Get him. Let's go. It is John.
So what happens now, Marlowe?
I knew it.
Away again?
I feel like there's more to this,
Is that what
though.
I've been doing? No. There's a much simpler explanation.
Huh?
It's right behind you.
So there is two of him.
Then your quantum technology isn't behind this. That means all you had was an accomplice in the same costume.
Getting warmer.
What? Wait. Okay, there's two of him. But how so? Oh, yeah, okay. No, so I was right. He can multiply. I was about to say that, okay, maybe they're just twins or something, but then he just multiplied right after that. Whoa! Yo, that shot. Okay, I'm pausing, too. I haven't paused at all in this episode. Like, okay, this shot right here. All laughing. Bro, look at... I love the animation right there. There's just four of them ready to go. And yeah, he is multiplex. Like, multiplex is a Flash villain that multiplies, and Everywhere Man is a Batman villain on the show that multiplies. I'm trying to see what makes him different. Like, okay, they mentioned quantum theory, but I need a little more. Now, we're only like halfway through the episode, so it has some time, you know, to add to the plot. He just needs to distract them long enough and find John Marlowe and Robin. Come on.
And will they all smell?
Hey, let's go. Perfect timing, Robin. There's that noise again. That ninja noise. Dude, that ninja noise has become Robin's theme now. Like his entrance theme. Oh.
What are you doing with my prototype?
Yo! Is he about to No way! No way.
My army.
No way. That is dope. Okay, that's awesome. Check out my army. I had to pause there. This is my second pause, and the episode is like almost over, so it warrants a pause. That is my favorite moment in the episode right now. That is so dope. Dude, okay, this John Marlowe duplicate's got an army, right? The everywhere man. Batman, he's not struggling, but hey, Robin's help, like, it's good to be there. And Robin shows up, and instead of just, okay, fighting alone, just like Batman was doing, no, he found a prototype. He's like, check out my army. We got an army of Robins, and that is my favorite moment for this version of Robin yet. That might have just made the episode. Like, that is so cool.
Check out my army.
And the timing, too. Like, the delivery. Come on.
Nowhere, man.
Oh.
John, it's great of you to donate your entire
Nowhere, man. That actually kind of hit
Seemed
deep.
like the right thing to do after everything I've done.
That was actually a really...
You didn't do anything.
Huh.
Perhaps.
Oh, he's all clean cut again.
Wanted to be more like
My guy's back into his field.
cool.
Hmm.
Maybe it's a good thing that the only place I've ever been comfortable is inside my shell.
Nah.
Room in that shell for one more?
Clea. He deserves to be happy.
Time locked away with your art collection and science projects. Stay out here with
With you?
My guy. Let's go, John. Let's go. The perfect painting for them to look at. And now Batman and Robin. Hey, come on. Dude, that is so awesome. Bro, I love how they're showing this. Like, this... Dead end. Okay, okay. Come on. Dude, what an episode. Like, I actually really like John's character. Like, John's character at the beginning, I was like, whatever. But by the end, those last few minutes and the last few lines he had made me love his character. And just a short relationship, him and Clea, but for some reason, it just matched so well. Good writing. And that final sequence with Batman and Robin, dope. But yeah, guys, getting to the review portion of this video, I first want to talk about John Marlowe. Not the duplicates, just John Marlowe himself. A character that's trying to be confident and cool, but got too immersed in his own work, and got too invested in it and away from the outside world. And originally, he'd be so inside his shell, and he tried to be confident, but it wasn't working out, and then he created the Quantex, and his duplicates went against him, and he was away from everyone, and then at the end, you realized, oh, he's a nowhere man. And that line at the end was really good, like, I'm not an everywhere man, I'm a nowhere man. He's nowhere anymore. He tried to be everywhere, but ended up being nowhere, away from society. But he tries to get back into it at the end, and he actually gets back into it pretty quickly. Like, he gets clean cut, all that. It'd been nice to actually see him struggle to get back into society. But hey, it's a 22-minute episode, a kid's show, technically. So maybe in like a Batman show, like live action, where it was more serious and more aimed at adults, like the demographic was adults, then you could have like a 42-minute episode, and the first half could be this, what we got, and the second half could be John Marlowe struggling to get back into society, him being so much into his shell, but then realizing that Clea is the one that can help him. I really liked at the end where Clea came up, and then now John and Clea are together, and them looking at that painting and just symbolizing, okay, it's a new era for them. It's a new era for not only him, but her. And yeah, John, this is probably his only episode he's going to be in, but he was a well-developed character for the little screen time he actually had. And you're probably like, what do you mean? Like, he was the main villain, technically. No, the duplicate was. the duplicate was in the spotlight. Like, the OG duplicate was in the spotlight more than John Marlowe himself. John Marlowe didn't show up till Robin found him, and then he started having more lines in the last, like, 5 minutes. But for some reason, a character that has that little screen time actually connected with me as a viewer. I actually liked his character. Usually when shows do this, where you have a character that has so little screen time, you don't really connect with them and you don't care. But I actually cared about John Marlowe's character, and I want to give props to the writing team and even the animators for making that successful. So yeah, John Marlowe, great character. Now let's talk about the Everywhere Man, the duplicate, the OG duplicate. At the beginning of the episode, seeing the Everywhere Man, I didn't care that much. Yeah, cool design, and I was like, okay, he's basically just Multiplex, the Flash villain, but just a Batman villain instead. But as the episode went on, and we got to see this duplicate more, and the reveal that was actually the OG duplicate, not John Marlowe himself, was well done. And then seeing an army of Everywhere Men fighting against Batman and Robin, that was really cool. The final act really brought this episode together. It made me invested, and I enjoyed it. And yeah, the Everywhere Men, the Everywhere Man. I go back and forth, the Everywhere Man or Everywhere Men. I'm gonna go with Everywhere Man, because the episode's called The Everywhere Man, so we'll go with that. But him as a villain, I think he's a solid villain, not super memorable. I'll probably forget in some time. That's the weak point of this episode, because the Everywhere Man is not a bad villain. It's an interesting idea, and he is a cool villain, but I feel like this show has had way greater villains. Not only ones that are from the comics, but ones that were created for the show, like in the episode RPM, and other episodes where it's just like standalone villains. But hey, Everywhere Man, he served his purpose, and I gotta give the writers that. They used a new villain that they created, and it ended up mostly successful in my opinion. Now, the part in this episode that made this episode become a solid episode in my opinion was when Robin got a hold of the prototype and he created a Robin army. Just seeing a Robin army was so dope, and the delivery by Robin's voice actor, it gave me chills. I got so excited, and the symbolism behind that, this is may not intended, but this is what I interpreted from it, is that okay, you got Batman who's alone, you don't see Batman multiply, just Robin, and it shows that Batman, the Dark Knight, over time will have an army of partners. Like, yeah, he had Batgirl first in the show, but she was kind of like an unofficial partner, where Robin is his first official partner, but in time, he might have more, but that will be at the partner's detriment. In the comics, there's this whole theme about Batman finding orphans and them becoming his partners and becoming his Robins, and at times it works, but a lot of times it ends in tragedy, and he ends up having this Robin army, you could say, this army of partners across the world. He knows all these vigilantes, knows all these people that worked under him, he trained, but as in this episode where the prototypes started failing and the Robins started disappearing, some of them, same as they are disappearing there in the comics or in Batman media, other partners that Batman has and trains, they might not only disappear, but die. Or their partnership could lead to tragedy. It really feels like Batman himself, like, yeah, he has been in the game long enough to have partners, but he's still not perfect. He's not like, okay, you got this Quantex, right? That is supposed to be perfect. It's an upgrade. Batman is always upgrading, but he's never perfect. And he's always still in that, like, prototype phase where he's trying to help his partners, he's trying to protect his Robins, but he also gives them free will, and sometimes it could lead to great development, like Dick Grayson becoming Nightwing, becoming leader of the Titans, becoming maybe the leader of the Justice League. There's a lot of potential there, but there's also tragedy, where you got like Jason Todd, who dies by Joker's hand, and then comes back as Red Hood, or Tim Drake, who just gets forgotten about, and Tim Drake, okay, Oh, yeah, and actually, Tim Drake almost died in the comics too, in Detective Comics in the beginning of the Rebirth run. And then we got other Robins like Damian Wayne. There's tragedy and there's potential. It really feels like Batman's partners always balance this tragedy and potential line. Like potential and tragedy meets, and potential either usurps tragedy and this person, this partner, this Robin becomes great, or tragedy usurps potential and this Robin or partner becomes one of Batman's villains, and then you try to find redemption. And yeah, perfect example of this is Red Hood. So yeah, I just wanted to go into that. That's what was going through my mind in this. I may have like interpreted it too much, like went too much deep into it. Like it's not that deep. It's just okay, it was a cool moment that Robin used the prototype. But I wanted to analyze it a little more and get my 2 cents on it, and I just liked it even more for that reason when I was thinking about it. And yeah, one more thing I want to talk about, the Quantex, the idea of using quantum theory to replicate yourself using your own particles was really interesting. Cool idea. I'm pretty sure it's an idea that's been used before. Actually, I know for sure it's an idea that's been used before. But how it was delivered in this episode, how this episode was directed, was good. Like the information, there was no parts that felt like just exposition. Like the explanation of the Quantex was well done, quick, straight to the point, and I didn't lose interest. Usually with science being involved in Batman shows or comics or any superhero media, it's easy to lose interest because that just becomes an exposition dump. But this episode did a good job of making it quick, concise, and interesting. But yeah, guys, overall, solid episode. Probably the weakest of the season so far, but that's saying something because the other episodes were so great. The other episodes were amazing and masterpieces, where this episode was just solid. So this episode's not bad, it just pales in comparison to the other great episodes before it. But yeah, I'm going to give this episode an 8 out of 10. It's a solid episode. I recommend it. You guys, send me your thoughts on this episode down below. What do you think about the Everywhere Man? What do you think about the Quantex? What do you think about the symbolism behind Batman and Robin's partnership? And yeah, if you liked the video, give a big thumbs up. New channel, make sure to subscribe, hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on my next The Batman reaction and review. And yeah, guys, thanks for watching and peace out.